Hey guys, Hunter Lego King here with another video. Here is an update about the Hunger Games arena that I built a little while ago and made a video about. It has a lot of views now, and I really appreciate how many people watched it. And I don't know how many people actually built it, but that's actually cool. But now I have upgraded it. Everything has changed, even the redstone. It's some ways, if you wanted just the basic Hunger Games, just the way it works, is actually pretty simple. But then if you want to add all the features like I did, then it gets a little complicated. But in this video, I'll try to explain it, how it works, as fast as I can. Sorry if this video goes on for a long time. I'm not going to bother editing it. I don't think so. So basically, yeah, here's the where everyone spawns. As you can see, there's 8 people. That is the maximum amount of people on my server. So I only made it 8 for right now. So inside here is redstone with droppers that drop certain items into the chest. So there's some items left in here from old games. So yes, sometimes the items will build up. So those items are left in there. In here, it's a little packed, but you can see all the redstone that goes out to the hoppers. Um, so there's 2 layers. There's another one, hopper underneath that shoots the items into the chest from underneath. The double chest can have 4 items in it, all in these hoppers that are filled here. They still have a lot of items left, even after tons of games. So cover that back up. So how that all works, it's pretty simple. After the game is started, it sends out a redstone signal underground all the way from that little trail underneath over there, all the way under here. And then from here it branches out to these other chests that are hidden around the arena, so other people can get other items that are not in the chest, like armor. There's like a leather pants in here. I know these are chests in minecarts, and I do that for a reason, because when the chests are in a minecart, the minecart blocks the people from going into the hopper or from sneaking around. See, I can't access the hopper from there, and I can't access that because the track and the minecart block it. So that's really useful. And if there is an instance where you can't put one, like here, basically the dropper's behind the chest, and when you're standing up here, you can't access back. Whoop, you can't access back there. See, so there's still some stuff left, and this jump making this jump is actually pretty hard. Yeah, I can't really do it. So that kills a lot of people. Yep. This game's it has, a lot of people die every game, so sometimes the messages will spam up, or the chat will spam. Down here we found a other big cave system. There's part of the glass dome. In here is another chest with more. See, a lot of people haven't been down here, so all this stuff has been piling up. So yeah, that's the arena. So here's the redstone. We revamped. I did. What am I saying? We. So here's this where you spawn, right in here. You spawn right above these pressure plates and triggers, um, and it clears your items and heals you. Um, when when you walk through, it doesn't really say anything. These pressure plates, um, I'll I'll explain what they do now. While the game is in progress, these pistons come down and block you from getting out. And that when that's down, when you step on these pressure plates, it will say "Game is in progress." I'll show you how that works later. These are up right now because obviously the game's not in progress. Down here is only like half of the redstone. Everything has been moved to the roof because it's more space up there. You have a nice view of the game. I have some pedestals, trying to make it look decent. So in here is the redstone. I believe I've figured out most of the bugs. If I am able to figure out more and make the game work even better, I'll say that myself. Well, I'll post an update video on how to fix it. Oh, I need to place that because I was working on it right before this. So what happens? What you do first? Now we don't have the player selection. So now people can't troll the button and have all the player selections selected. basically ruining the game for everybody because everyone's getting warped everywhere. So now everything's more simple. It's only 2 buttons. So now you press select players. When that happens, I'll just do this now. When this happens, it says calculating number of players and says Hunter Lego King is ready to compete in the HOK Hunger Games. Um, I learned this new feature about command blocks just a few days ago, thanks to Seth Bling, and about his command blocks video, that you can add ranges, and it can test for how many people are in a certain area. So I use that concept. When you push the button, redstone travels up here, and this is the one that says calculate number of players, waits a second, and then goes to this one. The calculating one, this does nothing, it just says that. So this says, back here it says say, and it says at, the range is 100 blocks, which is almost exactly, well, which is about almost exactly here to the center of the arena, but that's not exactly important. I could change this to whatever number I want, just has to be big enough to cover the whole lobby to make sure everyone's name is in there. And it says ready to compete in the Hunger Games. And then, depending on how many people are within that range, you use a comparator, and it sends out how many, the distance of the redstone signal is correlates to how many people are in the lobby, or can relate to this command block. So, since there's only me, it only sent out one redstone length. I'm not redstone strong enough only to go one. What's the word for that? So then it goes to this and switch, I believe, or it's an and or and or switch. I think it's an and switch. So the redstone turns off this, and when the game, since there are only one person, this torch is off, and that when the game is started, this piston will push out, letting the redstone travel to this command block. It says, to me, you don't have enough people to play, and won't do anything. Um, if it's 2 people, the redstone signal goes down there, and it also comes this way and completes the other side of the AND switch. And when there is more than 2 people, this torch turns on, turning this off. This command block won't do anything because you have enough people. So the farther you go, the more of these little modules are selected. And see, you can see that there's a lot less command blocks to do. So this is the 2-player one, and you can see warp to the 4th position and the 1st position. So yeah, that's everything. So wait, let's start. No, what am I talking about? So the redstone comes down here and turns this bar on, activating the redstone. Wait, no, hold on, sorry. It turns on this, powering the repeaters, but it does not do anything because these pistons are up, not allowing the redstone to come through. And so when you push the start button, it goes through the countdown, saying 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, the games have started. Redstone goes down here to trigger all the chests to deploy items. And also, it travels up here, which this redstone should be right there. Sorry about that, that should be there. So the redstone travels up, and it goes across here, and up to here, and triggers all these, triggers all of the pistons. So the pistons come down, letting the redstone from the command block go and trigger the modules. And then a second later, after this delay, it comes through here and then turns it all back off again, ready for the next amount of players. But you have to push the select players button every time, or it won't do anything. Or sometimes it will teleport you more than once. Or if you have too many players, then what was selected before, it will only teleport some of the people, and it gets really messy. So then, all that's completed up here. Then the redstone down here travels along this really long timer. Well, it's like 20 seconds. It's not really long. And it activates another feature that I added, God mode, which means for 20 seconds no one can hurt each other, which is good because before we added that, everyone was killing each other as soon as they got the items out of the chest, and the games only lasted for like 30 seconds, and it wasn't really fun, and they couldn't explore around. And then after 20 seconds, it takes it away. So that's the God mode feature. And the last feature that I've been having the most problems with, but I think I've solved it. But I can't really solve it without any more people on the server. I'm the only person on right now. So after the redstone comes through here and triggers everything else, goes through this diode, so this loop won't have redstone go back through. The redstone will travel through this big clock when the game's on. This piston's extended, and redstone comes through here. And every about 10 seconds, it refreshes this command block, and it tests for how many people are within the center of the arena. So if there is like 6 people and the game's just started, it will send out redstone signal that goes 6 blocks, just like normal. So that's how we test how many players are left in the arena, and that cycles through. When there is more than one person, I'm the only person on right now, so that's why it's only traveling one. This piston is closed, triggering the that says warping, and then it warps you back to the spawn. Wait, actually, I should change this to 1,000 because sometimes it doesn't warp me. And then it says the person is close, the person you actually won. You have won the Hunger Games, blah blah blah, and then it will warp you most of the time. Actually, it should warp you now, and then that. Hold on. The reason why that's on is because I'm the only person playing, and this is closed because there's only one person, so it won't allow it to cycle through because it doesn't want the game to be on while there's only one person because one person can't play. When there's 2 people, this turns on and opens up this. It opens up this, so the one player redstone won't be traveling through here. So this piston will be out, letting the cycle through. So when there's more than 2 people, redstone can't travel through here, and it can't warp anyone. It can't say anything who won because there's still 2 people. And I won't allow this. I'll explain what that is later. And it go so when there is, let's say there's 8 people, the redstone will go out to here and will turn off all these torches on each side. So when someone dies and the command block refreshes, it will refresh, as I just said, and will shorten the distance by 1, turning off this repeater, turning on the torch one more time, again, and it will say 7 people remain. And it will keep on going back and forth through 6 and 5 and so all the way down to 2. And when it gets down to 2, I already explained that when there is only one left, this will come down and it will warp the person. It will say blah blah blah. This will close, stopping the signal so it won't keep on refreshing. And then over here, it sends another redstone signal to this, turning this off. What this does is when the game starts, it sends another redstone signal through here, turns this on. This redstone goes through the ceiling and goes all the way over the top, goes all the way down to here, and turns on the gate. This is what we showed at the beginning. And when the game is on, after the button's pushed, these close, not allowing people to walk around in the lobby because that might mess up all the command blocks and who's being warped and how many people are left. So they have to stay here until the game's over. And then underneath, the red zone continues down here. And when the gates are down and people step on those pressure plates, the red zone comes down here. When this is on, there's a piston right underneath here, and it pushes up this block, letting the red zone go through, and says that to the person, game is in progress. So that's how that all works. I can't really show how the play right now because no one else is on, but yeah, that's the Hunger Games 2.0. I hope you guys enjoyed and maybe make a version of your own. I'd love to see more people building this. But this is another Hunger Games arena that only takes it's like a medium level of redstone skill, and anyone can try it for themselves on their server or maybe even single player. But though you can't play with only one person, so sad. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, this tutorial, and hope you guys make some of yourself and maybe send me the IP to your server and I'll check it out. So thanks for watching. Bye.